Alright guys, we are going to... Ooh, gotta put my sunglasses on.
Oh yes, I took one.
Right. But we are on our way to Afrochella. We are back at the beautiful Fiesta Residences. And I'm so excited. We are going to Afrochella. I put on press-on nails that my girl from Jessie Monroe Nail Care, vegan... She's a vegan gel polish company. And look, she even put some... Oops. I'm not used to having nails, but we have the Ghanaian flag on there. Dates for the evening. Say hello. Hey. Shar, say hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Watch your backs, y'all.
Yes, please don't get hit. We already have that happen today.
Okay, I know that song playing.
We're at
for you.
I got one already, thank you. Here we go! Alright, so we got into some back entrance.
Yes, yes.
Somebody else.
Yes, yes.
We're gonna have a lot of black girl magic, alright?
Hold on. You gotta see how the crowd is feeling. If you know you're ready to have a good time, let me hear you say it. Yeah. No. You do not hungry. It's like y'all hungry. We need more energy. If you know you take the corner to have an amazing time, let me hear you say it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna settle for that one. However, the next one must come from inside of you.
Your inside.
I want all the way to your place. I need you to say, yeah.
What's up, Afrochella? What's up? I hope everyone is having fun here. Okay, let me see your hands up if you're having fun. Can I see your hands up? Okay, so I'm about to...
We got here a little early. The party isn't started yet.
What you got? Right now. If you with your friends, I need you to make a circle with your friends right now. I need you to put the best dance in the middle right now. Afrochella, this is what we do. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
On the quest for cocktails. We are looking for cocktails. Where are the cocktails?
Kenya Moore.
No, what? What's it saying?
We should tell everybody you're Kenya Moore.
Neil just said that we should tell people that I'm Kenya Moore to see if that gets us anywhere.
Right. ID stories every day.
Look who I ran into. Lexi with the curls. Yeah.
haven't seen her in forever in person.
Forever. And look, we go halfway around the world, and boom. Guys, I hate to say it, but I'm feeling like this is a bit of a bust. I don't know. Go Shy! You guys! What's your name? Jessie. Bandika. Jessie Bandika. And we don't know those guys. I don't know you know those guys. How are y'all enjoying Afrochella? It's a little boring.
Awesome.
It's a little boring.
This is like a free boring? Oh, you're a celebrity. You're a celebrity. This is hype. This is a turn up.
Hey, what's your name? Shirley. Shirley, hey girl. How you enjoying Ghana?
Absolutely fabulous.
Alright, I just realized I didn't give you an update on Afrochella, so I'm gonna come out here and we're gonna get some other opinions on the Afrochella. Apparently it started after we had already left, which was the time that it was supposed to end, so that might be part of it, but what did you guys think?
I think it was cool, you know, like to have like the vibes of being around people that look like you,
Yes.
You know, but I wish it was a little more organized. And we actually got to enjoy the artists that were there because they came too late that we had to leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Kava?
I had a high expectation for Afrochella.
Yeah.
I really did, and I felt like the expectation wasn't met.
I think we all did actually.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward. This is one of the highlights of the trip.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I felt like it didn't need it. I'm kind of disappointed about it, but outside of that, I did like the decor. I did like the artwork.
It did look good.
Like, you know, stages where, not stages, but like settings where you could sit down and take pictures. So I thought that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the fact that they were celebrating Black was just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the other part. And I think the hosts were trying too hard.
Too hard.
You know what I'm trying to say? I think they were just, hey guys, and it's just like, relax, like just be natural. So those are my, outside of that, I had a good time. I got back safely.
Yeah, they definitely need a brand new system for having people exit because trying to get through that barrier of people felt like I was in jail. I felt like someone else said it. I felt like a mom dropped her kids off at the fair and we just couldn't leave.
Wait, I gotta kick it back to me because what y'all just said reminded me of something. Why was there such a huge separation from the VIP section where they could view the stage and general admission? It was at least what, like
poverty versus
it was like a
chance in the poverty.
Right. It was like a 2-mile difference between where VIP was. Mad room.
They had like a football stadium room to maneuver through while they were like, give the peasants the baseline. Let me back there.
And if you wanted to actually see the artist on stage, you needed to
It was like blurry.
Yeah.
So I just started mingling with the people. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to see any artists.
No, you wasn't.
And they were, but I felt like there were like hours where there wasn't much like music being played.
Oh, at all. In fact, when T-Wall went on, we thought that she was performing, and we were there for a sound check.
Oh.
We didn't even know that was her.
But aren't they supposed to do a sound check when like the audience ain't there?
I guess Ghanaian time is a little different.
Yeah.
I think I see PTV everywhere, America, Africa.
No, but like
it be in Trinidad too.
There's Black like 3 hours late, and then Ghanaian time has proven to be like 6 hours late.
But I mean, I know Africans run late anyways, like no matter
I wouldn't say that they
African.
run late. I'm just saying that we have experienced some very lateness. A lot of lateness happening.
Right.
But it's also because that we live in metropolis cities, right? Where we live is a whole lot faster than Accra. So it's like we have a certain expectation that's not being met here because it's a lot slower. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. I don't think necessarily like Africans are always late. That's like, I mean, I'll be late to work. I do. So I feel it's
Shit, I'm always
There's your
late.
guy coming up.
I feel attacked.
I know I'm always
But
late.
yeah, you know.
I mean, they are anticipating a really, really huge crowd this year, so I'm sure that.
But they could have at least had the artists come in on time.
I mean, maybe the artists were having a hard time getting in. I don't know, but
Maybe.
I was kind of hurt that I got there for Tiwa sound check. I'm like, I love this. And then you heard her say, turn my mic up, turn my mic up. I'm like, can she?
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
So,
But what did you think, Shar?
personally, I thought that it was, I drank a lot. That's all I really need to do to have a good time. I thought it was pretty cool, the venue. Also, to echo that big spacing between general population.
I've never felt so poor.
I mean, the fact that I had to finagle my way up to VIP was probably the blessing in the night, but I don't know what I would have done. I probably just would have drunk myself into a stupor in the corner.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to hear anything, see anything,
Right.
know who was here, who wasn't there.
Let me tell y'all, I wound up leaving early. I did too much. I wound up leaving early. Erica and I were like, you know what? We've got 3 phones amongst us. We gonna make this work. We gonna get in the Uber. I had to use my SIM card phone as we call it a hotspot, so that her phone could work, so we can get an Uber. Because mine wouldn't work because here in Uber you can't use PayPal,
Yeah.
and apparently you can't use American Express. And those were my only 2 payment options, and it wouldn't let me switch to cash. Because you can switch to cash option somehow when you do Uber here. I don't know. All right, so I'm back home in New York City, and I had some footage that I filmed the morning after Afrochella, but the footage wasn't that great. So I was like, you know what? Let me just redo it now. Now that I'm editing. So a couple of things that I wanted to add more about the Afrochella experience. It looked really, really good. Like all of the, like, you know, Kava was saying in the clip before, you know, it looked really good. They had like all of these places where you can go and take really cute pictures, and they had a lot of really cute booths. It was also a booth that we stopped by where a couple of my friends were looking at and buying jewelry. The jewelry is so pretty, but it looked good. Something about the vibe was off. So when I heard Afrochella, and then I also saw some footage last year that I saw from Afrochella, it looked lit to me. So I was like, okay, this is about to be a really great time. So this is kind of what I had in my head for Afrochella. Like I said, it looked beautiful. Like everything that was there looked beautiful. So that wasn't an issue. It was just like the coordination and the music. There were times where there weren't music playing. Like, I'm like, yo, this is a music thing. Like, where's the music? They had these hosts on stage. Now, the hosts were trying. I'm going to insert a clip here where you can see, like, where the hosts were trying. But they were, like, getting 0 audience participation.
I hope everyone is having fun here. Okay, let me see your hands up if you're having fun. Can I see your hands up? Okay, so I'm about to...
Another factor was that we were told that the concert ended at 8. Now, what really happened is that a lot of acts went on after 8. So our group coordinators gave us 2 times to get there. Now, mind you, our trip was coordinated for us. So our flights were booked, our hotel was booked, our activities were booked. We just kind of paid and showed up. So, you know, a lot of this, especially for most of us, were our first time on the continent, period, let alone, you know, going to Ghana for the first time. We were in Africa for the first time. So they gave us either you leave the hotel at 4, or you leave the hotel at 6. We wanted to get there for 4 because we were like, okay, that gives us, you know, a good amount of time to, you know, have fun and whatnot when it ends at 8. So now it did not end at 8. It's almost as if it started at 8. But by the time all of this happened, like, you know, the no music playing at certain times, the lackluster energy, you know, just like the nothing really much going on, myself as well as another girl from our group, Erica, we were like, let's get an Uber and let's go. So we made our way out looking to get an Uber, and we made our way back to the hotel. Luckily, the hotel wasn't far from where Afrochella was. The group who left at around 8, they said that they had a harrowing experience leaving the arena. One of the group coordinators, who's very mild, typically mild-mannered, and hey guys, and then they said that he had to get really aggressive and forceful to get them out of the arena. They all had to lock arms to make sure that they left with everyone, because what was happening was there was a huge crowd outside, and when you're exiting, this huge crowd outside that were probably waiting online for hours, and these are probably mostly people who already had tickets, were trying to force their way in as they were coming out. So you can just imagine like the pandemonium in that situation. So I don't even, because I even thought to myself, I'm like, well, wow, if I knew that things were, going to start much, much later. Now, the thing is, it's like, and this is a cultural difference as well, too. So, CP time is one thing. So, our stuff might start an hour late. 2 hours is pushing it, though. But, sometimes Ghana time is a lot more. It's like CP time on 1,000 sometimes. And if I had, but they kept saying that the concert ended at 8. I can't even say had we known that the concert was going to be like to come later. I don't know if that would have been a better experience for us, because I know some people who came later who said they had to wait in line for like an hour, 2 hours. That alone would have made me be like, okay, nah, I don't want to go. So that was that. Then the whole VIP thing. I honestly don't think that the experience would have been that much heightened in terms of the vibe and, dancing and stuff like that if we were in VIP. Now, you might be thinking, well, why didn't you just get a VIP ticket? We weren't given the option. Our group, our trip, like I keep mentioning, our trip was coordinated for us. Our flights were booked for us. Hotel, activities, all that stuff was booked for us, and we just, kind of paid and showed up. Which to me, I kind of like that, because I don't really like to plan, but also now, experiencing it, there were certain things that I would tweak. But we weren't given a VIP upgrade option. And again, it's not as if to say that that was going to make the experience any better. Because I did see some of the people in charge of coordinating our trip, they were in VIP. And I'm not sure that they had that much of a better time than we did, Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of, I was looking forward to dancing and learning some new dances. Like, I don't know a lot of Afrobeat songs. The only few that I know are the Afrobeat songs that they would kind of mix in to some of the soca fets that I went to a couple years ago. So I'm not very familiar with the artist, but listen, man, a drum beat is a drum beat is a drum beat. So I would have been, I would have figured it out. And then I would have loved to learn, some of the dances. I could have watched other people and just kind of figured it out on my own. I was looking forward to that. Like, I was looking forward to at least having some sort of experience like that. But, let me know. If you live in Ghana, let me know what your typical turn-up is like. Because I had a couple people who were from Ghana that, were kind of DMing me throughout my trip that was saying that, oh, within the last years, people go to the clubs in Ghana to dress up and then take photos and videos for social media, but they're not really like partying. So from what they told me and what I experienced, that, from what they said, and then I actually experienced that, I was like, okay, might be a point there. But obviously 2 or 3 or maybe 5 people's experiences obviously won't make the whole. So let me know in the comments if you're from Ghana, what your turn up is like, and also if you went to Afrochella, whether you're from America or Ghana or wherever you're from. Let me know what your experience is, good or bad. But especially good though, because like I want to know what we could have had. I know I can't change it, but it's nice to know like somebody had a good time out of it. I actually wound up leaving around 7 with Erica, who's another person that was in our group. We were pretty much on the same page with the, look, I'm ready when you are. So we left around 7. It took us a while to get an Uber, but we got the Uber. We went back to the hotel. We had a nice little dinner date because she's a greedy foodie like I am. So we had dinner. We kind of hung out. It was really fun. And then, then you can see like the clip before where we were all talking about our experiences you know, after Afrochella. So yeah, Afrochella was a bit of a bust for me. But you know what? I ain't let that ruin my good time. I still enjoyed myself in Ghana. So there's a few more vlogs to go. We're kind of winding down on this series. So thank you so much if you've been watching each one. I've been loving the comments that have been coming through. Keep those coming, and I'll see you in the next one.